Hey gang, alright, I've been changing my workout routines around a little bit, so this is my latest push chain workout routine. Push chain has always been one of my Achilles heels, quote unquote, when it comes to my muscle groups, so I'm starting off with my handstand exercises. Really regressed a lot. You can see my workout here. This is a screenshot from my own workout program. Push chain, handstand hold, 1 minute. Trying to flex the shoulders enough to engage the upper traps is one of the things I need to pay attention to, and after that I'm going to do ledge L-style push-ups as well. The big lesson that I've been really taking away with my pressing movements is that I don't have even close to enough back activation to stabilize my shoulders and give my joints the structure that they need in order to really work hard and allow my muscles to do what they want. So I really regressed my pressing movements. Again, starting off with the isometric handstand here, not trying to do press-ups, not trying to do any movements, just holding for a solid minute to dial in my tension. It's a good way to also warm up the pressing chain for the other exercises. L-style push-ups right after this. This is a huge progression for me. Not that I wasn't doing this before. I was doing this and I was doing a lot more reps before. But now I'm actually engaging my back and my upper traps to a much higher degree. In fact, what I'm trying to actually do is not just press into the floor, but I'm trying to push my feet into the pillar there. So it's almost as much of an upper back exercise as anything else. Made a hell of a difference. Second set here, I'm just getting sets of 8 here. I know I can do a little bit more if I really push it. I'm just trying to dial in the muscle tension and create stability. The fact that I can just jump my feet up onto the ledge and start pressing is massive for me, because I always felt like I was kind of doing this with quote-unquote a glass shoulder, where my joints always felt like I'm not so sure about this, felt very unstable, very uneasy doing this exercise. Now I feel very strong, very stable, all because I'm getting better tension activation in my back. My angle in my hips is much greater than before. Everything about this is on a whole nother level. So even if on paper I'm doing the same exercise with even less reps, the tension control and stability is far greater, and that's really what's going to be the foundation for greater progress in the year. So even though I've regressed, quote unquote, I've made a lot of progress in stabilizing my shoulders and improving my tension chain. The second part of my tension chain workout, push-ups supersetted with ring dips. 8 on each side for my progressive push-ups. Once again, improving my back tension has been a huge game changer. In fact, for the past several workouts, the day after my pushing workouts, my back is more sore than anything else. It doesn't necessarily mean that my back is working harder. It just means that that's the muscle group that needs the most attention, that my back muscles have been the weak link in the chain for a long time. So just doing one side, taking a few moments, a few deep breaths, and then going with the other side with the sort of pseudo archer push-ups. I detail this more in my book Smart Bodyweight Training, but I'm a big fan of just placing more weight on one arm while the other arm kind of gets outrigged, and it is an assistance, but it's not the primary pusher. I'm also a big believer in the idea that if you're going to do progressive push-ups, you want to try and get your body over your working hand as much as possible. Not to the side, not even right to your side, but as much under your chest as you can. Ring dips are the second set, just basically superset after about a minute or two. The disadvantage I have here is that, as you can see, I'm moving with my knees bent. The anchor point for the rings is a little too low to be optimal. If I have it high enough that my legs are straight, my head is in danger of hitting against the top bar, and if it's lower, then I'm not going to hit my head, but I can't straighten my legs either. So I got to bend my knees a little bit, but you always got to make compromises somewhere depending on what your situation is. Once again, though, feeling a lot more tension in my back, keeping things stable. My right shoulder in particular is the problem child. And even if you may not be able to see it here in the video, I can tell there's a very slight discrepancy between the ability to stabilize my right shoulder from my left shoulder. You can see my left push-up feels a hell of a lot stronger. The body is okay. I know there's a lot of sag in my lower back. The total body tension, that's that's not even something I'm going to even start to look at for a while. The back and shoulder stability is still my top priority, and it takes a lot of focus and concentration for me to do that. Once I feel like that's gotten much more of a regular routine habit, then I'm going to work on other things. But you can only work on one, maybe two things at a time with a technique. Other things, as long as it's manageable enough that it's not going to cause injury, it's good enough for now. And that's kind of the state that I'm at. So you can kind of see on my shoulder blades a little bit higher here. I don't quite have the back control, the tension control on my right side, but that's one of the benefits to doing the unilateral style push-ups, is you can see the discrepancy, and you can feel the difference between one side and the other, and try and make them a little bit more even between the two. Setting my back tension here, going with the dips. Feeling very strong on the dips today compared to past times, so I'm getting a little bit more range. I'm also getting more repetitions here, so I'm getting a little bit of rep progressions, but it's important to recognize that while adding reps is a good thing, you don't get stronger by adding reps. You add reps because you get stronger. So I'm still focusing on things like the tension control in my chest, my shoulders, my back, improving my range of motion, improving my stability. When that stuff improves, the reps come. So I don't necessarily chase after reps. I don't usually start a set thinking I need to do more reps or I'm trying to do more of something. It's just a case of I'm trying to improve my ability to do the exercise. And as I improve and become more proficient, then the reps, they just happen. It's not something I have to force. It's like, oh, instead of needing to stop at 9 reps, I can stop at 10 reps. So that's the general approach, the mindset that I have with these exercises, is quality. Always emphasizing the quality, focusing on tension control, because at the end of the day, your ability to use tension and manipulate your muscles is essentially the thing that makes your workouts effective. It's not about sets, it's not about reps. To a degree, it's not even about technique or weight. That stuff is simply influences to the resistance or the tension in your muscles, but it's the physical tension in your muscles, the signals your brain is sending to your muscles. That's the thing that makes your workouts and your exercises effective. All right, last set here on the ring dips, trying to stay a little bit stricter, trying to keep the arms in. There we go. That's a little bit better from the first rep. One of the things I love about the rings is they provide so much feedback to every rep that you're doing. Where's your tension control? Where's your stability? What's the difference between your right and left side? How is it happening under fatigue? All that stuff is valuable information that I can then use to record and improve later on. Thanks for watching. Questions down below. Be fit, live free.